7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relay, take it.
The typical Citrus TV show these days has elements you're likely familiar with. There's a studio, some sort of flashy graphic or theme song. 3, 2, 1, now you see us on the countdown. And of course, students, on air, front and center.
Gentlemen, how things can change in a week in the ACC.
You probably wouldn't expect to see. Yet, this is roughly what one of our videos looked like back in the days we were called Synapse. Tonight, 50 years on, let's celebrate how we got from that to what we are today, the country's largest student-run TV studio.
Maybe nothing like it in the country.
Making the station stand out, both the quantity and quality of programming.
I'm so happy to see this news for her.
All of it produced completely by students.
So SAW 2 isn't play B?
It wasn't always like this. While students could produce, professionals were in charge back in the 70s. That's when retiring Orange TV network GM Andy Robinson was a student working at Synapse.
The programming at Synapse was really kind of out there.
At Synapse, television was treated first and foremost as an art form. As a student, Andy chose what aired on Synapse's campus cable system. He helped to produce a sports show too.
It was really kind of like the Wild West. And so I had a key, I knew how the place ran. I said, come on guys, let's do some TV. And we did.
This is the oldest Synapse video we could find online. It shows a 1973 Jim Dawson concert the station filmed on campus.
When I was a young man, I came to the city to sing for my living and live for my fun.
A few relics from our past still lie across the station. Take this 80s era camera here in the newsroom. It's as heavy as it looks. The name we took on when we became student run right there on the side.
You're watching University Union Television, Channel 7, Syracuse University.
Always there to provide students not just a voice, but a place to gain experience and grow.
UUTV definitely gave me my first consistent on-camera experience and the opportunity to work with a crew and work on an actual program as opposed to individual school projects.
Actress and author Ruth Kaufman co-anchored the comedy news show Newswatch.
A series of earthquakes along the West Coast seem to indicate that California is about to separate from the rest of the country. Scientists are not sure who to blame, but many think that it's San Andreas's fault.
Over the years, shows like Syracuse Live, Null and Void, and After Hours have entertained the SU community. And while Newswatch garnered laughs, a group of journalists produced real news too.
From UUTV Syracuse, across campus and around the world, this is the #1 college news program. You're watching Campus 7 News Monday.
For years, the team branding themselves
your campus news leader.
Lauren Anderson was news director in 2016. She now works at CBS News.
Citrus really made me the producer that I am today. Just getting the day-to-day experience was just unbeatable.
Lauren introduced the Day Reporter program at a time the department was struggling to get out even a single package a day. Now, in 2021, for the first time, 2 day reporters are assigned to work each and every newscast, 4 or more reporters appearing in a show becoming common.
Now, every time I watch now, I'm so impressed with the amount of live hits and packages.
Anderson is just one of thousands of alumni who have passed through the doors to the station either here or down the hall.
But this is it, guys. The control room and area was over in this area. The studio was back here.
It's here where CBS sportscaster Dave Ryan helped launch.
Welcome back into On the Bench.
Today, the show is the country's longest-running college TV sports show.
To see it still going strong is just a thrill.
The show, along with the rest of the sports department, has now provided on- and off-air opportunities for thousands.
So back then, as a college student, to put that kind of material together was a challenge, and we were up for it and just loved it.
This was a laboratory. This was a training ground.
Rick Wright was a longtime station faculty advisor. He's full of stories about the station's past, like how CBS once donated their NFL Today set, or about the popular professor who had his own show.
Another moment of truth is coming, and that truth is live from UUTV. It's the Bioanswer Show.
There is one story that Wright has never told before. It's what one group of SU students were able to accomplish in 1978.
They created an actual on-air TV station.
It was on the air for, I don't know, a weekend.
Robinson knew some of the students involved. This wasn't campus cable. This was a TV station people across Syracuse could watch. Wright says students in Synapse were involved in the brief illegal broadcasts.
And the station was called Lucky 7.
You know, it was just like, hey, can we do this? And they did it.
News stories across the country called it likely the country's first formal pirating of the TV airwaves. People on air wore gas masks.
They didn't want their faces seen because the FCC, it was a pirate TV station.
The FCC never caught them.
And some of the things they were running on the air was Deep Throat, Linda Lovelace, The Devil and Mrs. Jones, Annie Hall.
The broadcast didn't just involve students in Synapse.
I would dare say that they probably had to borrow some Synapse equipment.
Rick Wright is sure of it, and Andy Robinson knows that, after all, they need equipment from somewhere.
Where else could we get that? Who else might have that? Maybe Synapse might have something like that.
3 station name changes later, and those first students would no doubt be proud of our technical capabilities today.
And of course, Citrus, man, your facilities are some of the, you got better facilities than TV stations got, man.
But it's something different that Rick Wright marvels at more than anything else.
Yeah, I'm kind of emotional too, guys, but to see all these students here who have come through, who have gotten their training, and as I look at this wall, man, there are some fantastic names up here of students who have graduated from Syracuse University, who are the leaders in the area of mass communications today in all aspects of it.
The names include, according to Jim and Liv and Maddie co-creator John Beck, Entertainment Tonight host Cassie DeLaura.
Y'all, let's break down this look. Marissa, who was she wearing? Do we know who she was wearing, or is she leaving us to guess?
ESPN fantasy football expert Matthew Barry and CNN international reporter Matt Rivers.
So, this is what happens when you do journalism in Xinjiang.
Even Pixar president Jim Morris and NBC sports anchor Mike Tirico can count themselves as CitrusTV alums.
Well, the Syracuse Chiefs stay in Virginia tonight, and the Southern hospitality's been mighty nice to Dugout's Ball Club thus far.
Today, our alumni are our biggest fans. They've supported us through thick and thin. You know, even in our darkest moments, what drove us forward as a station was a simple fact.
We talked a lot about it being a family.
More than any one show, more than a station, we are a family stretching back 50 years. 5 decades after we went on the air across campus cable, some things never change.
Being at Synapse was perfect for me because I was around other people who were doing TV, and I was able to have access to the equipment, and because I had access, we were able to do things beyond the classroom.
There's a power that comes when college students are left to their own devices, producing their own television. They pour their hearts into their work, not for pay or because they're going to be seen by the masses. They do it because they love it. We love what we do here at CitrusTV and look forward to what's to come.
Sing la la la. Sing a simple song. just a simple song, just a simple song. Good night. Thank you.